Welcome back to the channel. Liam here, and in today's video we're taking a look at the Uineer Vertical Ergonomic Bluetooth Mouse. Now this unique design is to help reduce hand strain, especially if you're someone that has chronic wrist or hand issues, such as myself. I have a disorder called CRPS. This can definitely make your time on your computer a lot more comfortable. So let's go ahead and look at this a little bit more. Now, just for full transparency, Uineer did reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to try this mouse out. And so I said, sure. But for full transparency, they are not having any input into what I say in this review, and they will not see the review before you, the general public. This is completely based on my own honest opinions after a couple of weeks of using this ergonomic mouse. So let's go ahead and open the box and see what we get inside. Okay, so first of all, if we flip over the box, it has all of the information on this mouse. The product model is A06. It has the dimensions 116 by 77 by 75 millimeters. Weight is 1.05 plus or minus 5 grams. The connection type, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, Bluetooth 4 and 5. DPI range of 800, 1200, 1600, and 2400. The tracking technology is optical tracking. The battery capacity is 500 milliamp hours. The built-in battery's voltage is 3.7 volts. And the operating distance is 10 meters. Now, this mouse is compatible with operating systems such as Windows 8, 10, 11, Vista, or above, and Mac OS, Chrome OS, as well as any Linux distribution. All right, so let's go ahead and open her up. And inside the box, first we have the owner's manual. And then we have next the mouse. Let me go ahead and get the mouse out of the box here. All right. And then we have a USB A to C cable that's used for charging the mouse because it is a rechargeable mouse, which is extremely convenient. Let me go ahead and set these items off to the side, get them out of the way. Now, you are probably thinking that this is a weird looking mouse, and that is because it's a vertical design to help prevent wrist strain. It helps keep your wrist straight and your forearm relaxed when you're using it. So it can be considerably more comfortable than a standard mouse. Now, if you're someone like myself who has a condition such as CRPS, which is chronic regional pain syndrome, that's a nerve disorder that basically my nerves tell my brain that this wrist is still broken from the last time I broke it in 1999. So it took me a long time to find something I could use as a regular mouse. So I can't use a standard hand-down mouse like this because after about an hour of use, my hand swells badly and I cannot move my fingers for several hours afterwards. Now, for the longest time, I found that the most comfortable mouse for me was the Logitech trackball, and then Apple released their Magic Trackpad, so I gave them a try, and the trackpad worked even better for me with my condition. But this is another one that's designed specifically for people that have wrist and arm injuries or chronic wrist and arm pain, maybe arthritis or something like that. Maybe you got carpal tunnel. This can definitely make your life a lot more comfortable. Now, the unit offers tri-connectivity with Bluetooth 5.0, 4.0, as well as 2 gigahertz wireless. Now, on the bottom, we remove the wireless dongle, which is right here. That's your 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle. And you just plug it into the USB-A port on your computer to use it via the 2.4 gigahertz connectivity. Now, let me turn it on here. The mode button here is how you switch it between the different connection modes. So if I have it on the red light, that means it's using 2.4 gigahertz. But if I want to connect via Bluetooth 4, I press it again and the green light comes on. And if I want to use Bluetooth 5.0, I can click it again. And when the blue light comes on, I'm in Bluetooth 5.0 mode. Now, another nice thing about this mouse is it can be connected to 3 devices at once, which makes it handy for use with multiple devices such as your desktop, laptop, and tablet all at the same time. And as I mentioned from the back of the box, it's compatible with most all versions of Windows, Mac OS, Chrome OS, and all standard Linux distributions, so it's operating system independent as well. It does not require to be repaired to switch between devices either, making it even more versatile, and it is entirely plug and play with no software drivers required in order for it to function. Now, on this side of the mouse, we have our indicator lights for battery health as well as charging. When you plug it in, these lights will blink in sequence, letting you know that it's charging. We have our left and right mouse click. We have our mouse scroll wheel with click. And then here we have a DPI button. Now the mouse is equipped with a high performance chip and it supports 4 adjustable DPI levels: 800, 1200, 1600, and 2400, which I mentioned before from the back of the box. Now this allows for easy adjustment of mouse sensitivity, which makes it ideal for document processing, graphic design, and drawing, casual gaming, web browsing, and other scenarios to meet the needs of different situations. The left and right buttons that I showed you a moment ago feature a nice soft click design to reduce interference, making it more convenient and comfortable for you to use when you are working or playing. And again, it features a built-in 500 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, and it comes with the USB A to C cable that I mentioned and showed you earlier, which is how you would go ahead and charge the unit. Let me plug it into my USB dock here. And then the charging port is on the front, and you just plug it in. And there you can see the lights indicating that the battery is charging. A low battery indicator also shows up when it gets low on battery, which helps to eliminate battery anxiety, reducing the need for frequent battery replacements. Now, a full charge provides extended use. Now, I've been using this mouse for over 2 weeks, and you see it is charging right now, but when I checked it on my Mac, it showed that the battery was still at 97%, which is impressive after 2 weeks of heavy use, that it only lost 3% of its charge. Now, it is also equipped with smart power saving functions, automatically enters sleep mode after 10 to 30 minutes of inactivity, and a single click will wake it up again. Now, as I mentioned from the back of the box, the mouse's dimensions are 4.57 by 3.03 by 2.95 inches. I gave it to you on the back of the box in millimeters. So it's great for small to medium-sized hands. But keep in mind, it will take you 1 to 2 weeks to get fully used to using this style of mouse. So as you can see, this vertical mouse is handy for people with wrist and arm injuries as it keeps things more relaxed while using it. Yes, it does take a little bit to get used to using this style of mouse, but most any new peripheral is going to have a 1 to 2 week period of time for you to get used to using it and feel totally comfortable. Now, the unit is also very affordable as well, since when I checked, it was only $25 on Amazon. And the tri-connectivity capability certainly makes it handy for use with all your devices from desktop to laptop to smartphone, tablet, or even your Apple TV, Xbox, PlayStation, any other device that can take a Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz wireless mouse. So you've got all of that flexibility there with the different features. Now, it does have a couple of additional buttons here on this side that can be programmed. As you can see here, you just go into your mouse settings in your operating system and you can select what you want these buttons to do. On my Mac, when I'm using them, what it does is it makes it switch back and forth between mission control and Mac OS. That's what I generally use these extra buttons for, in case I want to clear things out on my desktop and minimize or push all of my open windows off screen briefly to see the desktop itself. That's what I use it for. Now, it has a beautiful ridged texture around this side where your hand is going to cup it. Makes it extremely comfortable. It is rubberized, so you don't have to worry about holding on to a hard piece of plastic or hard aluminum or anything like that. You're going to be very comfortable. And of course, it has the on-off button that I mentioned earlier, the optical sensor, and the mode control switch to switch between the different communication modes. So all in all, I think this is a really fantastic mouse. It's one of the only products aside from my Apple Magic Trackpad that I've been able to use steadily without any pain or discomfort. And that really means a lot to someone like me who has a chronic nerve problem in my right arm and hand. So it's definitely absolutely handy for someone like me, and it helps alleviate the fatigue, the swelling, and the pain, which I truly, truly appreciate. Now, we're reaching the end of this video, and I wanted to thank you all for taking the time to watch it. Please remember to smack that bell and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video.